हर सैटरडे हम ये प्लेटफॉर्म यूज करने का सेशन रखते हैं। महीने में एक बार हिंदी में करते हैं, बाकी सब सैटरडेज इंग्लिश में करते हैं सर। इट इज ये बहुत आसान है, आप चिंता मत कीजिए, आपको समझ में आएगा। कुछ समझ में नहीं आया तो पूछ लीजिए। मैं Q&A बॉक्स में मैं हिंदी में भी बोलूंगा। ठीक है, सॉरी फॉर द इनकन्वीनियंस। या अभी तो शुरू करते हैं। इज एवरीबडी ओके फॉर हिंदी और इंग्लिश? या गुड मॉर्निंग टू एवरीवन। वेलकम टू दिस session on automation of your trading strategies using Algomojo. My name is Lokesh. I'm a part of Algomojo team. Today we'll be talking about our website and the process involved to automate any of the strategies that you would have while using TradingView, Amibroker, or any of the charting platforms. Main focus is on TradingView. In case if anybody would like to look at Amibroker, we can do that also today. You can use the Q&A box to type out any queries that you would have. I'll try and answer them as we go along. Otherwise, also if you would like me to focus on any particular strategy or indicator that you want to try for automation, kindly let me know in the Q&A box. I will use those as examples and show you how to automate the signals that you would send from your charting tool. Yeah, the agenda for today is we'll start with an introduction to Algomojo platform and its features. Then we will see how do we do an integration with TradingView. In case if anybody would like to have a look at integration with Amibroker, we'll try and do that also. A small brief about the kind of support structure that we have for Algomojo. And if there are any Q&A at the end, you can ask any queries, or as we go along, you kindly type out your queries in the Q&A box. Using the Q&A box, I'll try and answer them as we go along. Algomojo is a web-based algo strategy execution platform. We don't have any app either for the mobile or for the computer systems. It is a web-based app, a web-based solution that we have developed. You using any kind of browser, you will be able to access platform and use them for automation purpose. It is designed for traders to typically automate the signals which would be generated by the charting tools as such. We have integrated some of the very popular charting tools like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, Charting, NinjaTrader, among the others. These are the most popular charting tools which the traders or the investors use for placing orders in the broker account. We provide common API connectivity for multiple brokers. We provide execution modules, and we provide sample codes that are compatible for various charting trading platforms. Our aim is to make algo trading experience very efficient, simple to use, and we have tried to make it as user-friendly as possible. You need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge. All you need to be aware is to use a system. If you're aware of how to use a system, a computer, a laptop, or a desktop, that knowledge is sufficient. You should have a strategy. You should have a charting tool from where the buy or sell signals are getting generated. The process of automating those are very, very simple. We have tried and made it very, very simple for the users. Some of the key features of Algomojo, you can look at as a trader or as an investor, you can look at customizing the orders that you want to place. Suppose you want to trade in equities or futures or options, depending on different expiries or quantities that you want to trade with. You can specify or make it custom available as per your requirement. You can use Algomojo platform and decide what is that you want to trade uh, in the platform itself, not in the charting tool or any other place. All you have to do is customize the order management parameters on Algomojo once you log in. You can log in, you can trade in equities, you can trade in futures and options. You can select dynamic options, which will help you to select the strike price automatically, depending on when the signal is getting generated. If you want to trade in ATM, ITM, or OTM, you can set that in Algomojo platform itself. Uh, in terms of ITM and OTM, we provide up to 20 strikes. You can choose whichever strike is suitable as per your requirement. Most of the users, what we have seen is they are into option buying. If you want to sell options, that's also possible. If you want to hedge either by selling or buying, that is also possible in our platform. Then if you are trading in large quantities, you need not have to worry about splitting the orders. We will take care of splitting of those orders depending on the quantity that you specify in the order execution platform or order parameters that you set. We will look at how to do all these things when we get into the actual platform as such. In terms of risk management, we have provided target and stop loss, which you can set either in points or percentage of the price or the premium that you have taken. And as per that, whenever those levels are reached in terms of target or stop loss, your positions will be closed. You can also customize the timings when you want to start the algo, when you want the signals to be stopped, when do you want to expire, roll over on the expiry day, or when do you want to close the positions? If the positions that you have taken are intraday, you can customize these timings in our platform itself. So it's pretty flexible that way. Um, so we will look at how do we set these things. Uh, yeah, Kamesh, I think you can use the Q&A box to type out if you have any query. Please use the Q&A box. Mr. Kamesh, can you use the Q&A box and type your query? Okay, while we wait for the query to be raised, we'll continue with the presentation that we're looking at. Uh, some of features, you have options to roll over the positions that you want to trade. All these are one-time setups, which you need to do in Algomojo platform itself. So once you define the things that you want to trade, whether it is equities or futures or options, weekly options or monthly options or futures and stocks or indices, you do these selections in the Algomojo platform, and that's it. One time you do the setup. After that, you need not have to worry about rolling over the positions or closing the positions, existing positions, and taking new positions kind of thing. The system will do the rollover for you. You can set the time when you want to roll over on the expiry day. Accordingly, the positions will be closed and the rollover will happen. For all users, we provide facility for paper trade, and of course, our serious suggestion or what we suggest to all users is please start with the paper trade. Just check if the orders are getting placed as per your requirement. And in case if the orders, if you find that the orders are getting placed as per your requirement, then you can go in for uh, paper trade, live trade as such. Okay. I say for all users, paper trading facilities available. By default, you will have three paper trades enabled. Uh, Beyond that, you will not be able to test it. And we again suggest all users to try the paper trade first and then get into live trade. Don't start with the live trade immediately. Try it out for a couple of days, I would say. And if all buy, sell, whatever rollover, everything is as per your requirement, then only shift over to live trade as such. Otherwise, that is the main objective of providing a paper trading facility. Um, it is not a backtesting tool as such. It is a facility made available to check whether your orders are going through as per your strategy requirement. That is the whole objective of providing the paper trade facility as such. Kindly make use of those. There are certain rules that we have set in our platform, depending on various feedbacks and the strategies that we have studied. And these would typically fall into categories like long only or short only. There are traders who would like to take only long trades or long signals. They don't want to take any short signals, or it could be vice versa also. So for such kind of people who want to take only long trades, then you have to use a rule called long only. If you are only wanting to take short trades, then use short only. And if you want to trade both long and short, then you can use the long short kind of a rule that we have provided in our system. And there's a rule called stop and reversal. Like most of you would have seen the strategies like super trend, which is always in trade, either long or short. For such kind of strategies, we recommend stop and reversal as the rule to be used. What happens is when a long signal is generated, the system will take the long position either in futures or equities or options. And when there's short a signal after that, after some time, then the existing position will be stopped and the reverse position will be taken. Suppose the system has taken a long position C. When a short is triggered by the charting tool, then we'll close the CE and take a PE. Similarly, if it is for equities, then long position will be taken, closed, and then short position will be taken when a sell is generated after the long position. Yeah. Kindly go through these rules in detail, understand them, how they works, because that is very, very critical for the effective working of the entire platform and your strategies. Now, we have seen in many cases, especially in TradingView, what happens is there is a long, for example, a long signal gets generated, and after that, the trade will get either closed due to target or stop loss being hit, and the system will wait for the next type of signal to be generated, which could happen immediately or after some time. Then if you have used a wrong rule like a stop and reversal rule, then what happens is as and when the stop loss or target is hit, it will take the reverse portion, which is not the requirement for you as such. The effective rule to be used there is a long plus short buy sell, which will take the long portion and close the portion when a signal is generated, and it will wait for the new signal to be generated from the trading view or any of the trading systems. We will go through these when we look at a platform and when we look at automation using the trading view today. Yeah, be very clear as to what is the rule that is applicable. That has to be decided based on the strategy that you're trying to run. So clearly understand how your trading view strategy is configured, and based on that, select the respective rule in our system. Yeah, kindly type out any queries that you would have. Yeah, if you have a strategy which has triggered a long, and when the target or stop loss is hit, then you want the trade to be closed and not a reverse position to be taken. You have to use a rule called long plus short. Don't use the stop and reversal. If you use the stop and reversal, it will take the reverse position. Don't use that rule. Use the long plus short rule only. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that clarifies. Kindly change the rule and use it. It should meet your requirement as such. Don't use stop and reversal, use the long plus short. In long plus short, there are two variants. We will go through that when we use the platform. Uh, if you are a options trader and you're trading in various option strategies which will involve more than one leg, then you will need to create each leg separately and then group them so that whenever the signals are generated, all the legs are executed in one go. You need not have to worry about placing orders for each leg. The system will take care of that also. Even when the reversal also comes, the positions will be closed and new positions will be taken as per your strategy requirement. You can receive notifications of the signals and the orders that get executed on Telegram. It's a very, very simple setup. All you have to do is use the Telegram app, and in Telegram app, you need to go to our channel called Algomojo bot and use the chart ID which is given by the bot and configure that in the notification center in the strategy that you would create in Algomojo. We will look at that also. How do we enable notification as we go along? You can create watch list. This is especially useful for people who run the same strategy on multiple stocks. Like we have seen people using charting and who would scan about 2,500, 3,000 stocks every minute, every second kind of thing. And whenever the criteria is met, it will send the buy or sell signals from the charting or Amibroker kind of platforms to be executed for those kind of applications where you're running a single strategy on multiple stocks. You can create a watch list. We have provided a very simple CSV file upload facility where you can upload the details any number of times that you want to do, even during the day or at the end of the day while the trade is going on. You have the flexibility to change those watch lists and upload them into the system. It's a very, very simple process. I'll show you how to do that also. The segments that you can trade or which the Algomojo platform supports are equities. You can trade in equities, then you can trade in futures and options. And we have a facility for dynamic options. When it comes to futures and options, you can trade in the indices futures of Nifty. The futures can be index or even stocks. You can trade in BSE index. You can trade in commodities futures. And if you have a specific static strike price that you want to trade throughout the day, you can do that also. Instead of relying on the ATM, OTM kind of strike selection, you want to trade a particular strategy, you can select that strategy for trading throughout that day as such. Then, of course, you have the in the static options, you have Nifty, Bank Nifty, and Fin Nifty, and Sensex. Um, then, in terms of dynamic, you can options. It is possible to trade in options only in Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, and Sensex. Currently, trading in stock options or commodity options is not available. Going forward, we will be coming out with those facilities also. Yeah, currently it is limited to these four products: Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, and Sensex for options trading. We have integrated close to about 27, 28 brokers as of now. Most of the popular brokers are with us. We have done the API integration. If you have account with any of these brokers, you can um, start using Algomojo for automation as such. We'll keep adding more brokers as we go along. Yeah. For people who want to open a new account, we have a special offer wherein if you open an account with any of these four brokers, you get APIs free for the rest of the life. We had a similar facility for almost all brokers in the past 2 months time frame due to changes in the regulatory conditions. Most of the brokers have withdrawn the such facility which was available earlier. So all other brokers, you need to get into a subscription model. You get a 7 days trial for trying out any of the brokers that you want to use. After the 7 days trial, you'll need to go in for a subscription for you using the Algomojo platform. Now let's before getting into the actual automation, let's look at Algomojo platform as such. Yeah, this is our website, algomojo.com. Kindly refer to this for getting most of the details that you would need. Um, it is algomojo.com. Most of the information that as a trader or an investor you would need for automation is available in this website. Now, for opening an account with any of these four brokers to avail the APIs free of cost, use this tab called Open an Account. It will help, it will open a pop-up where it will ask for the name, email ID, and mobile number, and you will need to choose which broker you want to open an account with. Once you do that, it will take you to the broker's web page, and you will need to do the entire process of account opening. And once the process is completed and the broker opens the account with for you and the client ID and details are made available, you can come back to Algomojo and start using the platform with the APIs for the rest of the life. It will be free of cost as such. Now, for people who already have for people who already have a broking account and you would like to do the automation or set up an automation for order execution, you can log in to algomojo.com and get into your broker platform using this button called login. So you can choose the broker that you have by selecting the from any of the icons provided here, or you can select from the drop down also. Now, for today's purpose, I'll use this account of TradeGenie. For logging in, the process is to be used is similar to almost all the brokers, wherein you will need to provide the client ID, password, and the TOTP, which are all provided by a broker. There's no other detail that you need to depend on Algomojo for logging in. It is the same credentials which you use for logging in process for your broker account. Use the same credentials and log into the account. Let me do the login. So once you enter the credentials uh, and you're able to log in, the home page looks or the rest of the things is common for every broker. Irrespective of which broker you're going to use, it is the web page will look similar. It is the same, I would say. The home page is what you see a summary of things that you have in terms of funds and holdings and what is the value, what is the orders placed and positions open, those kind of things. There's a facility for creating adding watch list. You can do up to 5 watch lists, and you can use the from this watch list itself. You can place orders also manually. That is not as an automated order, but manually you can do it. The advantage being that you need not have to log into multiple accounts or multiple web pages. Algomojo will act as a single place wherein you can use the platform for placing either manual orders or even automatically generated orders also. So for both, you just need a single login. Every day morning, kindly log in at the time of the market open. Say the market is going to open around, as we know, markets open around 9 o'clock. Don't log in much before. Try and log in close to the market open time. See, what happens is most brokers would be doing maintenance activity throughout the night after the market closes, the commodity market closes late in the night. And their maintenance activity will keep going on in the morning sessions also, what we have seen. So if you log in around 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock early in the morning and then leave it, uh, as the brokers would still be doing the maintenance activity, it so happens that you are able to log in, but new orders may not go through because they would refresh the token numbers given to us for your login towards the market open time after the maintenance activity is completed. So kindly don't log in much earlier. Log in around 8:45, 9 o'clock, such just before the market opens, and not earlier to that. Okay. Once you log in, what you have to do is the first thing that we check, or anybody who comes into the platform would need to check where is the IPA and how do I go about doing the automation process. So as you can see, there are a lot of tabs on the left side. The first tab is the place where you will get the APIs. These are APIs generated of Algomojo as such. It is not the broker API. It is the specific API and secret provided for users of Algomojo platform as such. The client ID is same as what you would have got from the broker, but rest of the things are pertaining to Algomojo. It will show you these details and then how many days it is valid, how many uh, till what date and how many days. And in case you want to renew that, you can use this renew API. You'll get either a month, you can do a monthly or a half yearly or a yearly subscription. Suggestion is that kindly try out the free trial process which is available. Only when you feel that this platform is able to take care of all your trading requirements, execution requirements, only then take up the subscription. In case if you find that maybe this platform is not what you expected for your strategy running, then you shouldn't lose that uh, amount unnecessarily. So kindly try out the trial period, see that the strategies are getting executed as per your requirement, only then take up the subscription. Um, on a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees for you. If you do it on a monthly basis, it's close to about 1000 rupees. So once you do the subscription, you will have the API and the details of validity and number of days will be available here. Yeah. Any queries so far? Kindly use the Q&A box. Yeah. Now, once you have the API, we'll need to get into the process of automation. The first thing that we, as a user, will need to do is set up the order management parameters in Algomojo. That is, what is that you want to trade. That can be done by going into something called a tab called My Strategies. If you go here, there's a facility to create a new strategy. You can do that. So by default, whenever you log in, all strategies that you would have created, it will be in inactive state. Every day, you'll after logging in, kindly come to this strategy tab and look at these strategies which you want to run and enable them for paper trade or live trade as per the requirement. Only then the orders will get executed. Otherwise, every day morning, it will be in inactive stage. Any signals coming in will get ignored if it is not activated for live or paper trade. Now, to start a strategy or is to define what is that we want to trade, we use this tab called New Strategy at the top right corner. Once you click that, it will open up a page for you to show what are the parameters that you will need to update as such. First thing is it will ask for the name. Try and give it can be anything. Try and give a name which is more relevant to what is that you want to trade. For example, I will say that demo uh, Nifty. Today's date is 9th November, and I want this to be in future state, something like that. So that by looking at the strategy name, you are aware that what is this all about. And you may not have to scratch your head later when you have multiple strategies running as to what is that each strategy is going to do. So try and keep the name as relevant to what you want to trade. The first step after that is to select the rule. There are 5 rules which we have defined after studying extensively the requirements in the market in terms of users, feedbacks, and also the strategies that are available in the market. And they are categorized into these four, rather five. I would say 4 of them broadly. 2 of them are very similar. It is first is long only. It will take only the long signals. Just remember, it is not that you're buying or selling. Don't get confused with that. It will take only the long signals which are generated from your charting tool, either buy or short or sell. So when you select long only, it will take only the long signal. Suppose you have selected long only and a sell signal comes, it will get ignored. So it is not that you're buying an option and selling an option as such. Don't get confused with that. It is for taking long trades only. Suppose you want to trade only the short signals, then you use short only. Or if you're a trader who would like to take both long and short, then use the long plus short that is buy sell as the rule as such. Now what this does is when a buy signal comes, it will take a long position, either a futures or a stock or a CE as such, and when the sell signal comes, it will close that position which has been taken. That is what it will do. Or if a sell signal comes, it will take the short position, and then uh, when the buy comes again, it will close the sell position as such. So you will need to ensure you select the proper rule. And as I was also telling, there is a rule called stop and reversal. This is more like suitable for strategies like super trend, half trend, or any of those, which are always in trade, either long or short. There are no target or stop loss or waiting for signals to come. It is either long or short. Then you stop and reversal. And there's something called long plus short, buy sell short cover. We have seen short and cover as signals which are normally generated from the Amibroker platform, whereas TradingView is normally buy and sell only. So for TradingView users, please use buy and sell. For Amibroker, you can use buy sell short cover kind of signals. And stop and reversal can be used both in Amibroker and also in TradingView. So for the first demo, be using something called. Let's see what is that we want to check. Somebody was asking, how do I take a long entry when the candle's high is broken by about 1%? So we will do a price-based action demo first, and after that we get into strategies-based actions. So for that we will use something called a buy sell as such. Okay. Now the segment that we would like to trade is, say, select that. So I would select futures here. Then the trading symbol, you will need to type in the first few letters of the instrument that you want to trade. So if I say Nifty, it will give me a drop down of all the uh, symbols that are available. Let me select the November future. Yeah, the difference, let me go through this again. Now, let me show the rules again using the trading view chart. Okay. Yeah. For example, this is a Nifty chart. This is just to get an understanding what is this all about. Now, here is a super trend strategy which is loaded onto the price chart. As you can see, you have buy, sell alternating. You get buy signal, after that you get sell, you get buy, you get sell. So it is either long or short. Now, for these kind of strategies, use reversal, stop and reversal. Now, what happens is when a buy is generated, for example, here, so it will take a long position. Say, for example, in Nifty futures, it will take a long position. And when the sell comes, the long portion will be closed and the short portion in Nifty will be taken. Similarly, if you are trading in options, when you get a buy portion, the CE will be taken. And when you get a sell, the CE will be closed and the PE will be taken. So that is how the stop and reversal rule works. Now, there are strategies or traders who say that, okay, I will trade only by long signals. Okay, only when I get a long buy signal. Okay, and I don't want to take any short positions in the market at all. So for those kind of traders, when you use long only as the rule, uh, what happens when you get a buy, it will take a long in the futures, and when you get a sell, it will close that long position and wait without any trade. So it will wait for the next buy to come. It will not take the reverse position. Hope I'm clear. Or if you're a trader who would like to take only short positions, so you would like to take a short position only when the sell is coming, and when the buy comes, you want to close the short position and wait for the next sell to come. So for those kind of traders, use short only as the rule. Okay. Now for uh, now, whether long only or short only, in both cases, suppose you have taken long only, then and you're trading in options, it will take CE, and when the sell comes, it will close the CE. It will not take the PE when you use the long only as a rule. Okay. The second rule is short only. Now, when the buy comes, it will not do anything. Okay. When the sell comes, it will take only the PE. It will not, and when the next buy comes, it will close the PE and it will not take CE. So that is the way the short only rule works. Okay. Now, if it is long plus short or a rule like stop and reversal, what happens is when a buy comes, it will take a CE. When the sell comes, the CE will be closed and PE will all be taken. So it will stop the long CE and take the reverse trade, that is PE. So that is how the long plus short will work, will keep working. So hope I'm clear on the kind of rule. Okay, now there are rules, there are strategies. What happens is it will give you a buy and say somewhere here the target is there. It will when the target is met, the requirement is to close that trade. So what you need to use in such kind of and not take any new trade. So you take a long entry and after some time when the target or the stop loss gets hit, the entry has to be closed and no trade has to be taken till the new signal comes. So for those kind of strategy requirements, use long plus long plus short, that is buy plus sell as the rule. So when you use this rule, the long plus short, buy sell, what happens is it will take the long portion, and when the target is hit, say we have taken in say CE, then the CE will get closed and no PE will be taken. So, and it will wait. So when the sell comes here again, the PE will be taken. And if the target or stop loss is hit, then the PE will be closed and no new trade is taken. It will wait for the new signal to come. So that is how it will operate. So if that is how your strategy is designed, use long plus short, buy sell as the rule. So unfortunately, in trading view, the bar replay will not doesn't have the facility to trigger the alerts. So you can see the chart moving, but it will not trigger the alert. So what we'll do is we will simulate using a manual trade. How do we do it? Okay. So I'll show you what happens when we use a manual by using manual trade and explain to you also how it works. Okay. Uh, so we will not look at it as a bar replay trading, but try and simulate it in a manual trade. Now, we were creating this hope. If there are any queries on the rule, please raise it now. That's the most critical part for your effective running of the strategies for automation as such. Okay. Now, suppose say I use long only. Okay. In your trading view, you want to take only long trades and not take the short trades. Okay. This is the first example we'll take. Okay, in Algomojo, I've set it as long only, that is buy sell. So I'm trading in Nifty, I'm trading in say 100 lots. When you type in the lots, it will show you the amount, quantity also that will get executed. And if it is more than the freeze quantity, it will split the orders automatically for you. You need not have to worry about splitting the order. Okay. Now, I will not update any of the further details. Let's look at how the rule works, right? So once you do these minimum required parameter update of what you want to trade, just say submit. The strategy that you have created will get saved. It will show you if there's any mandatory fields to be filled. It will give you an error. Please update those fields. Okay. After you save the strategy, go back here and you can see this is the strategy that we just created. Let me enable this for paper trade and see what happens when I generate a sell signal. For example, the rule that I used is long only. Now, for trading view is running on short, running long, and it gives a short, for example. So I'll give a sell signal. Let us see what happens. Ideally, it should not take position because it is supposed to take only the long position. So the place to see your signals is another tab called My Signal. Okay, and here this is the strategy that we just created. As you can see, you will be able to see all the strategies uh, and look at the trades for each of these strategies separately, or you can look at a specific strategy also. This is what we have created. The action that we did was sell. So it said that manual sell signal generated, and the order has got rejected because it says that no long position is available to take. Now, if there was a long position, it would have exited at that. It has not taken any short position. So you'll be able to see the order details here also. There's nothing triggered. So Now, for example, let us see what happens if I take a buy signal. Now, just imagine that these are signals coming from TradingView itself. Okay, you want to trade only long trades, so you are saying send a buy signal from TradingView. Okay, so I generated a buy signal manually, and look at what has happened. Buy has been triggered. Manual's buy signal has been generated. This is manual, or it can come from TradingView also. It will tell you that okay, the order has been completed. You can look at the details here. Since the quantity was 2,500, it has split and placed two orders, as you can see here, and the position will be shown here. It is 2,500 quantity Nifty. Okay. Now, you can always remember any trades taken from our system for automation has to be handled from Algomojo platform itself. Suppose, say, you have taken this position in live and the long position for 2,500 quantity is running, and you open your mobile phone and say close this trade. But there's no way we will come to know that you have closed the trade. Okay, so when the next signal comes, then our system will think that okay, there's already a 2,500 quantity of Nifty which is running. I have to close that and take a new position. So it will trigger two orders, and if the funds are there, it will get executed also, which is not the requirement. Please remember that if you close any orders which were taken through Algomojo system automatically or the platform, and you have closed it manually, please come and update in our platform the position what you have done. Suppose say you have closed this position, okay, and using your mobile phone or a broker account directly, you have to come and tell our system that you have closed this position. The way to do is you come to this place called in the positions book, it will show you the position running. Click on these three dots and say adjust and make this quantity as 0 and say submit. Okay, so the system is updated. It knows now that the position has become 0. You had taken 2,500 quantity of Nifty futures and you have closed it manually, and you have come back and told the Algomojo system that you have closed the position manually and the position is 0, nothing is running. Okay. Now, when this happens, we will know that, okay, when the next signal comes, we have to ignore that. Okay. Because there's no portion, the long portion is not available. Now, for example, I've closed this portion. If I go to my strategies and I try and close this by saying sell, see what happens. In the signals, it will get rejected saying that no long position is available. Suppose that long position was there, that 2,500 quantity which you had closed using your mobile phone, it would have triggered a short position for you in the broker account. So always use this platform to execute any orders. If not, if you have done it directly, come and do an adjustment of the positions or the quantities in our platform so that our system is updated saying that there's no position running now and the next signal has to be executed as per the rule that has been defined. So as you can see, there was no long position, so it has got rejected. The signal has got rejected, so there's no issue for you. Okay. Now, this is how the long only work, and the reverse is this short only rule. For example, if you say you can edit your strategy that you created. While editing, if you have any positions running, it'll ask you want to do you want to close all your position? If you still want to retain the positions which are running there, say no. Or if you want to close those positions which are running there, then you say yes. What it will do is it will go and close the positions which are already running, either a long or short, C, B, whatever you're running, and make that 0, and it will allow you to edit your strategy. Since I have no position, even if I say yes, then nothing happens. So there'll be no effect as such. If there was quantity open, then it would have been an issue. It would have closed that position. Okay. So here we go to edit, and if you select short only, then it will take the short signals only. That is how it will work. Now, when you use long plus short, let us see what happens. Okay, you change the rule. Any changes that you make here in the order parameters, you have to always update it. Otherwise, the changes will not get saved. Once you update it, you go back here and say again, enable paper trade. Now, imagine that a buy signal is coming from TradingView. Let me try generating a buy signal. So, as you can see here, a buy has been generated and it has been completed. Order is running 2,500 quantity. Now, when the sell signal comes, what happens is it will close the long portion which is there. Kindly note, this is also pretty important. You're triggered a buy and you're given a sell. So what it will do is it will close the existing portion for you. It will not take a reverse position. The quantity has become zero. That is how this rule of long plus short buy sell will work. This is suitable for strategies which have got, say, an entry and a target and or a stop loss and a reversal kind of thing. Now, for those kind of strategies, kindly use buy plus long plus short buy sell. Okay. If you are using Amibroker, you can use the long plus short buy sell short cover as such. Now, point to note is in TradingView, if you want a short portion also to be taken, then you will need to send a short as the parameter in the action, or you will need to send two sell signals. Otherwise, the first sell signal will close the position and it will not take the reverse kind of positions. So just be aware, whoever is providing you the code, you will need to update them as to how the system also works. So they will code it for you accordingly. Yeah. Any queries on the rules usage so far? How the buy sell short cover works? Okay. Okay, that's fine. So now let us look at, uh, so we were looking at setting up the parameters that we want to trade. So here, let me close this and say that, okay, and see, look at the edit. So here we have said that by long plus short, we want to trade in Nifty as such. Now, this is the first process of setting up the automation process. First step is always that there are two parts to your automation. First step is to be followed in the you need to define what is that you want to trade in Algomojo. The Nifty futures or options, whatever you want to trade, you define that in Algomojo. Then you enable paper trade and live trade. Then you go to trading view and do the setup. So for doing the setup, for automation, you need to create an alert in TradingView. Or if you are using Amibroker, you need to download a module pretty similar to the rule that you are defined. Based on that, you'll need to download and install the necessary module. And then you have to update the webhook URL in both these places and then get into uh, complete the automation process. Now, while we are doing this integration with TradingView, TradingView offers a lot of facilities for automation purpose, but one need to be clearly be aware of a few things which are important for setting up the automation. Let's look at what is the process to be followed for integration using TradingView. See, first we will look at, we'll try and do these as the examples today while we're looking at automation. For integration using a strategy in TradingView, the steps to be followed are like this. First, you'll need to select what is the trading symbol that you want to trade with, whether it is Nifty, Bank Nifty, or Sensex, or it could be options, it could be futures, any of those. Select that first. Second is the time frame that you want to trade, whether it is 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes, depending on your requirement. Select the time frame. Then you load the strategy. It could be super trend, it could be any strategy, UT board, anything that you have onto the chart. Then against that strategy name, when you load, you will see these three buttons, three dots like this. So if you click on that, I'll show you that when you get into the chart, it will open up a chart like this. This is provided by TradingView. Now, there are different types of pop-ups which are available for setting up automation of strategy, automation of an indicator, or automation of a price-based type of action. Okay? Now, when you are using a strategy, the pop-up that you need to update is, say, you have to give a name and copy paste a message and go to notification and update the webhook URL. Only two things to be done: update the message box and the webhook URL to be done. Okay. Only two steps, copy paste, and both these details will be given by Algomojo. I'll show you how to where to get that and how to paste that. We will look at some live examples. Okay. So update the message box, then update the webhook URL under the notification tab. You would be familiar with this notification tabs. Yes. Most important thing is that for automation purpose, you will need to have a subscription for TradingView. The free version will not have the facility for enabling the webhook URL. So you need to take the subscription of TradingView. The essential plan will allow you to do a setup of close to 20 alerts as such. Yeah, if you have a subscription in TradingView, you can use it for any number of brokers. It could be, say, one strategy you are running in trading, say, Zerodha, another you are running in Angel One, another you are running in, say, Upstock. It could be any broker. So you will need just one subscription of TradingView. You need not have to have TradingView subscription specific to a broker. It is not one subscription of TradingView. You can connect with multiple brokers. Only thing is the alert creation process, the webhook URL to be used will be different for each broker. That's all. Now, in case if you want to, while we are doing the indicators, I'll tell you how the indicator thing works. Yeah, see, when you want to trade in multiple brokers, you will need to have subscription of multiple brokers of Algomojo. Suppose you have, say, three accounts, one in Zerodha, another in Angel One, another in Upstock. You will need to have three subscriptions of Algomojo also specific to these brokers. So one subscription, it will not allow you to do it for all the other brokers. Now, suppose you have taken a subscription for, say, for today with the Zerodha, and after 1 month or 2 months of using Zerodha, you want to change the broker. You come and tell us that I've taken an annual subscription and I was using Zerodha. Now I would like to use some other broker. You want to shift that subscription to a different broker, we can do that. We have that flexibility. But however, simultaneously, when you want to run on multiple brokers, you will need to have subscription for those many brokers. Suppose you have three brokers, you'll need to have three specific subscription for those brokers with Algomojo. However, for trading you, only one subscription is sufficient. Yeah, so trading you one subscription is sufficient. However, Algomojo, if there are multiple brokers, you will need to have subscription for all the brokers. Right. So you will need to update these message box content and webhook URL. We will see how to do that. These details are given by us. All you have to do is just copy paste those information onto TradingView. That is all is the step that is required to automate your strategy. There's no need for you to get into any programming changes, fine script editing, getting into in settings and code as such. Nothing else is required. All you have to do is update these two fields, the message box and the webhook URL. You're done. Once you update these and say create, click on this create, the alert will be created. And whenever the signals are generated, it will automatically trigger the orders for you in Algomojo and your account as such. Now, if you're using an indicator, the process is very similar, but however, the box provided by TradingView will have multiple other conditions which you'll need to update. So similar, like whichever symbol you want to trade, select that first, and whatever time frame you are running on, select that. Then load the indicator that you want to use. Then click on against that indicator. You will have these three dots. Click on that more. Then it will pop up a window which is slightly different from what we saw for strategies. In the earlier slide, we were looking at a pop-up which was much smaller. All you have to do was update the message and the webhook URL. However, for indicators or price based, there are some more things that you need to update. There is a condition called crossing. We will look at what are the possibilities under that and when should it trigger. These are the other two fields that you need to update for indicators as such or price based action as such. And of course, along with that, you have to give the message box content also and webhook URL. So when you are doing some indicator, you will need to update these two condition and trigger also. and message and these things. For trading from indicator, using an indicator, you will need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. However, for strategies which give you buy sell signals, only one alert is sufficient for trading for per strategy as such. If for indicators, you will need to create two, one for entry and one for exit. For strategies, it is just one. So kindly note these. So once you do that, you update the webhook URL and you will be ready for, yeah, like in the conditions what we were looking at, you will have things like crossing up or down, greater than or lesser than. These are the fields that you will need to update, a relevant field that you need to update. Let's look at some of the samples while we work on the actual automation process. Okay, so condition and trigger is what we need to update. Okay, now let's look at trading view. Okay, now let's start with somebody was asking for how do I do an automation? Uh, Say, for example, my time frame is say 15 minutes, okay, and I want to trade in Nifty. And if a previous candle high is broken by 1%, whichever candle, a candle high is broken plus 1% of that, I want an entry to be taken for long. If it is below that, then I want a short to be taken. Now, how do we do that? As I was telling, this price based and indicator based, you'll need to create two alerts. First is, let's look at an entry as such. Now, most important, as I was telling you, is first thing you need to select is the trading symbol. For live markets, let's look at Bitcoin today. That market will be on. Okay, so select the chart that you want to load or you want to trade with. Then select the time frame. Here I've say for example, I've taken 15 minutes. It could be any time frame that you want to trade with, and then load the strategy or the indicator or the price-based action that you want to trade. Now we are looking at a candle-based entry and exit. For example, if the price breaks this is the current candle, the previous candle's high, I want the long to be taken. Okay. Now, how do I do that? See, the previous candle's high is, say, in this case, say 76,450 close to, and I want to add 1% of that above that. So 450 plus 1% of 76 is that will be 1% of 76,000 will be 76. So close to 76, say, uh, let's keep it at 76,600 is the level in which if the price comes above that, I want a buy to be triggered. So how do we do that? You go to this place, any place, and right click on the chart and say add alert on this Bitcoin stuff. So here it will ask you, when you do a right click, it will open up this indicator, similar to indicator kind of, or it is the same indicator kind of pop-up. You say that the price has to, I'm trading on price, so I want the long entry to be taken if the price is crossing up from below. So I will say crossing up a value of, say, in this case, I will keep it as 76,000, say 600. Okay, only once. So when the price is, it is currently at 76,420. Once it crosses from below 76,600, I want a long to be entered. So update this. Then I will say price, give a name. Say, I'll say price entry. Okay. And in the message box, we'll need to say that, okay, buy is the action that I want to do, and the webhook URL has to be updated. Now, where do I get these two details? We go to the Algomojo strategy that we just created here and use this for indicators and price-based entry exits. Use indicator tab and copy this content, go back to TradingView and paste it here. Okay. And in terms of notification, go to the webhook URL, delete whatever is there, go back to Algomojo, copy this webhook URL which is there and paste it here. Okay, and I'll say price paid entry Nifty NF Nifty futures. When I say create, as you can see here, there's one dotted line with a right arrow indicated at 76,600. So this is for entry. If you hover it there, it will show you that price entry. Okay. And you will be able to see the alert that you have created also. And say that, okay, after the price is crossing up a certain candle or certain value that you want, okay, I want to do an exit also. So if the price say comes below this 76 say 300, I want the price to be the portion to be closed after taking the entry. So the way to do it is similar. What I do is for exit, creating the other one, right click on the alert that you have created and say clone. Okay, it will create a copy of what we just did. Go back there and edit it. Here, instead of crossing up, I will say crossing down, because if the price comes down, I want the entry to be closed. Then here I'll say price exit. And here I say that instead of buy, I'll say sell. Okay, now that's it. And the value I'll give it as say 76,200. So as you can see, there are two, one entry and one exit. These lines are created, one for entry, long entry, and another for short entry. So you have two alerts which are running as such. Now, the good thing about TradingView is that these are dynamic. You can keep shifting it whenever it's a one-time creation. You can keep shifting it wherever you want. Suppose you want to take it to this level, you take it to that level, and you can go and see here. Earlier we kept it at 76,500. Now it has become 76,200. Okay. Now, similarly, if you want to bring it down, say to this level, here it is 76,462. So as you can see, you can drag it down. It will show you that 76,460. Or you can type the values also here. You want you have a specific level, then you come and type it here, and once you save it, the level will get shifted to that price which you wanted, where the long entry to be taken. Remember, entry we want when the price is going up from below this level. So when the price crosses this level up, the entry will be taken. And when the price after taking the entry, so I would say that wait for the entry to be taken, only then you can shift the exit line closer to the price which is currently running. So it's a one-time creation. You can create these two for the strategy that you want to, or the symbol that you want to trade with, and leave it at that. Okay. So if you don't want to use them, just say pause them or stop those alerts. It will stop for you. This is how you can create. Suppose somebody was asking us that I want to take a long entry based on the previous candle's high plus 1% of that value. So you look at what is the high of this candle, say previous candle which is running current to the next to the current candle which is there. Look at the high of that, add to that the 1% value or half a percent or 2% depending on your requirement, and put the value in this box, or you shift it manually. So that is how the entry is done. You need not have to get into any coding and those kind of stuff. So it is as simple as that. So once your entry is taken, then you can keep shifting the exit also. For example, say the entry is taken here and the price has moved up to this level. You want to shift the exit. So keep shifting the exit line also. Sorry. It is dynamic. So the values will keep varying based on where you place the level as such. So it's a very good feature available for people who trade based on resistance, stop loss, support kind of levels. They want to take an entry when the price comes down or goes up, breakout kind of situations. This is a method that we suggest to use when you want to trade. Now, let us see if we get a entry here. Let me come and enable this strategy which we have created. There are no positions currently running. It is zero position. So let us wait for any new signals that comes from here. Meanwhile, yeah, it has also triggered. As you can see here, the price moved up quickly. You can see that the entry has been triggered. Okay. So let us look at what has happened to this. See, as you can see, the buy order has come. It says completed. As you can see, the IP address is different. It is of TradingView. You can look at what order has got placed, what is the current position which is running. Now, this is how price-based entry can be taken. Okay. Now, after you have taken an entry, you would like to trail that. So the entry is triggered, you would like to trail that. So you can bring it to the current candle low like this. So when if the price comes down, it will close the existing portion. Or if the price goes to a higher level and you want to move this further, you can keep shifting it. It is as simple as that. So once the entry gets taken, what happens is your level will be paused as such. So whenever you want to re-enable them, you can do that by doing an edit and say, sorry, you can activate it, resume that, restart that, it will get restarted. Right, sir? I think uh, uh, no, yeah, you can do it either, but shifting of price, you would look, depending on your study, whether you want to do it as a stop loss in the broker account itself. If you have taken the entry using Algomojo and you are doing it in Fires directly or any other broker account directly, remember if the position gets closed, please come and update it in Algomojo platform also. Yeah. See, open range breakout will work similar to that. If Here I'm creating manually. If there is a strategy, I'll show you how to do it for a particular strategy. The process is the same. You have overview strategies which are available in TradingView. You can use them to create alerts. Hope you are able to see the screen. Yeah. This is query. Some For same broker, can we change login ID? Login IDs are normally are given by your broker, and I don't think there is any facility to change the login ID. Yeah, charting is even much simple to operate. All you have to do is a particular scanner. If you have a scanner, all you have to do is copy paste webbook URL. That's it. You have to have a subscription of charting, and you have to copy the webbook URL, the same webbook URL, what we saw here. Like when we created the strategy, it has created. Uh, if you use the view, you'll be able to view the strategy that you created. You'll not be able to edit. So this is a long URL. You just copy this and paste it in charting. That's it. Whatever symbols are getting triggered from charting, those will be redirected to Algomojo for placing orders in your account. Yeah, those chart symbols that you want to trade. Suppose say you have 500 symbols in charting that you want to automate. In this, and the screener would send the signals for those 500 stocks, depending on the condition that are being met. Those 500 stocks, you will need to add it in Algomojo. The process to add those is, I'll show you, just show you. Go to the strategy that you just created. Under the action, there's something called watch list. So when you come to this watch list, if it is just one or two trading symbol, you can manually type it. What is the symbol? Say, for example, if there's now Korea, then trading symbol for this would be NA. So you can select it from the drop down and you're trading 5 lots, add that. So it will get added. If it is a couple of them, you can add it manually. Otherwise, you can use this facility for downloading the format. Once you press download, it will open the sheet for you. It's a CSV file that you need to update. So things that you need to update in the CSV format is chart symbol. Chart symbol should be the same as what is defined in say charting. It could be charting, it could be TradingView, it could be Amibroker, any platform. The symbol that is defined in that platform, that should be the same. You will need to update under chart symbol. Exchanges, whether it is if it is cash, it is NSE. If it is futures and options, say it as NFO. And trading symbol is more specific to your broker. I'll show you that also. And quantity is same as quantity is what you want to trade. Now, trading symbol format, you will get it here when you go to Algomojo place, which you, as you can see here, the trading format is for trading view is now ignore the NFO part while you're typing in the Excel CSV file. Take this format. It normally follows this format for all these stocks in trading. Some other broker could have a different format, so you will need to update as per the broker's format. Now, once you update, say, all the 500 symbols what you have here into this sheet, save them, and then just click upload. So it'll ask you what is the file that you want to upload. So this is a file, suppose this is the file that you want to upload, it will get uploaded. Since I had not loaded anything, it is blank as such. Okay. So if you want to delete all the stocks, all you have to do is select delete all. It will ask you, do you want to delete all the stocks? It will get deleted. If there are 500 stock lists, everything will get deleted. You can do a fresh upload of the CSV file. This you can do any number of times in a day. There's no restriction as such. So we have seen people whose quantity would vary every day as such, even during the day also, or in beginning of the day. So you can load, keep loading, reloading every day, every time that there's a change in the quantity. So the system is aware as to what is that you want to trade as such. So this is how you add to your watch list as such. So the watch list facility is available under actions. If you hover it, under the action, you'll see this watch list. It will take you to this page. You keep either add manually or use the format that we are given here and upload them. So all the lists will be shown here. Yeah. Any queries that you have so far? Now let's look at, you can use the Q&A box, you can keep asking. Now, now suppose say I want, I feel that I should move the stop loss here further. If the price comes below this, I want the trigger to be done. So that is how you keep shifting, either trailing or keeping it at a certain level, or keep moving up as the price moves up. You can keep doing that. Okay. This is one method of trailing also. So these alerts you created once, one for entry and one for exit, and enable them whenever you want. Suppose we have come across clients who want to take an entry using a strategy, but want to take an exit based on various other strategy. It could be support, resistance, or indicator. The process is the same. You set the same an alert for exit, and whenever that condition is met, the exit will happen for the position that you have taken. Yeah, for intraday trade, see, charting, there are various strategies available, one for long entry and one for exits also. People use two scanners, one for entry and one for exit. Either that way, or you can set a target and stop loss in our platform itself, or if it is MIS, the entry is taken and you want to trade for the entire day and close it at say 2:30 p.m. all the trades. You set the MIS, the intraday expiry as 2:30 or 3 o'clock. All open positions will be closed by our platform automatically. Yeah, so once you copy the webhook URL to your charting platform, in under the action, you have to give either a buy or a sell. That's it. You type buy for entry, and exit. If it is exit, you give sell. The webhook URL will remain the same. You can take an entry and exit based on your screeners that you're running. Trailing stop loss, this is the only method I can think of as of now. We are working on providing a trailing stops kind of facility. Maybe it could take another 6 months or so. There are a lot of work planned by our development team. It could take anywhere between 6 months to 3 quarters kind of time frame to be available in our platform. Otherwise, you can use any strategy for entry and any indicator or price-based trailing. So, for example, I've taken an entry and I created this level or exit level, which I can keep trailing. So when the new order comes or the price breaks below this level, the portion which has been taken will get closed. That's the only method I can think of as of now. Yeah. Uh, while we let's look at another example now. For we have seen a lot of people wanting trading based on patterns, say trend line kind of situation. Say you want to use a trend line for a entry or exit if the price breaks above this level, or if we want the entry to be taken based on the trend line breakdown kind of situation, you can do that also. You draw your study, and suppose you want to take a break. If you want to take an entry based on the breakdown, all you have to do is go on the trend line that you have created, right click on that, and say add alert on trend line, and it will ask you whether you want to take a sell entry when the price is crossing down, and only once per bar close is what we normally recommend. Give a name, update the message as sell action. Under the actions we had uh, this content, and give it a name, say sell, and say create. That's it. So when you do this, if the price breaks down below this level of the trend line that you have taken, it will take a short. Or if you want a buy to happen, if the price goes above this level, then instead of sell, use buy and say price crossing up your trend line, right? So if the price moves above this level, it will trigger an entry, buy entry. If you create one more for sell, if for breakdowns, you can use instead of action saying as change it to sell and say crossing down. So you can use different studies for entry and exit also. Suppose you want to now, if you want to take a long entry, if it is crossing about 20 SMA, okay, how do you do that? Let's look at that. SMA is an indicator. I will say um, moving average. Here I will load this SMA, and you go to this. Let me, go to these three dots, then add alert on SMA. It will ask you the same thing. So you say that, okay, buy when the price is, sorry, this has got some other study. Let me try and load a different study as such. So I loaded this exponential moving average. Let me, I suppose this is visible. Let me remove the other studies which are there. So you have loaded this indicator. You add an alert, create an alert for this, say add alert on EMA. It will ask you what you want to do. Suppose the price, you want to take an entry, say if the price comes below, now it is already above that. If it comes below this, you want to take a short entry, what you can do is you can say crossing below, crossing down, price coming down this 20 EMA, you want to take a short entry. So you say crossing down, and then you say that, okay, 9 EMA based. Then you say that, okay, only when the bar closes below that. And then here you have to update the message box as sell and give the strategy ID, the webhook URL. That's it. So load your study, whichever it could be EMA, it could be any other study based on which you want to take an entry or an exit. However, that should give you a, a facility for creating, adding an alert. So this indicator is giving you a facility to adding an alert. So always remember, for indicators, you will need to create two alerts, one for the entry and one for the exit. Okay. Suppose you say that, okay, you want to take an entry when the price goes above this level. The candle closes above the 20 EMA or 9 EMA, whatever you are setting. And you want to trigger a buying, and you want to exit when the comes below that, or take a short position below that. So you create one alert for entry and the other alert for exit. You create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit, like what we saw for price exit and price entry. Similarly, for indicator, you use a price entry, indicator entry and indicator exit. That is how you create two alerts, and the whatever you are linking that with the webhook URL to the parameters that you have set up in Algomojo, whether to trade in futures or options or stocks. So whatever strategy that you have defined in Algomojo, those orders will get executed. Yeah, it's as simple as that. It is very, very simple process. TradingView offers you a lot of flexibility and possibilities. Kindly use them. And we have tried to keep our process as simple as possible. All you have to do is copy paste just two things. One is the message content, like here, what is that you have to paste. So this will vary based on whether you're running a strategy or an indicator. Sorry. If you go to my strategies that you have created, if you look at what you have created here, for strategies, there's a different code to be used. For indicators, it's a different code to be used. So for entry of a long position, use a buy. For exit, take a sell. So all you have to do is copy paste these message box content and the webhook URL and update them in the pop-up, which is on the study that you are running as such for taking the entry and exit. As simple as that. Uh, suppose I do not want to buy when price crosses SMA, but buy signal will be created by other indicator, for example, super trend. But if even if the buy signal is created below 20 SMA, no buying should happen. Not very clear of the requirements. If you're saying that your entry is always going to be using a different strategy or an indicator, that is fine. You say, for example, in this case, you're using 20 EMA, and for exit, for example, and for entry, you would like to use, say, RSI. What we'll do is, let's say, RSI, stochastic RSI. You load this if the price is below this oscillator and in the oversold kind of level, and you want to take an entry when it is in the oversold kind of condition, you create an entry using this and exit using a 20 EMA. So how do you do a entry for based on RSI? All you have to do is load the study that you want to trade, go here and click on this and say add alert on that. Say for this, here it is saying that add alert on stochastic. Here, since it's an indicator, we'll need to say that, okay, if the price is crossing up a level of, say, 35 from below, okay, and I want it to be triggered after the bar closes, and here I will say, as instead of sell, I will do it as buy and create this. As you can see here, uh, yeah, the level that I created is here. So I forgot to mention the level. I can keep it as, for example, uh, 45. The level is indicated here. If the RSI goes below this and crosses above 45 and closes above 45, the candle has to close, then the buy will be triggered. And for exit, you can say that, okay, here if the price closes below the 20 EMA, do an exit for me. That is how you can take an entry from one indicator, or it could be strategy also, and then do an exit using another indicator. Hope that is clear. Any queries? Sure. Okay. If there are no queries, let's look at how do we do it using a strategy as such. Let me try and hide this. Say, for example, you have a strategy like super trend. We were discussing that super trend closed. Let me remove this out. So super trend is always either long or short. Once you decide on what is that you want to trade, which instrument, say it could be Nifty, it could be any stock, it could be um, anything that you want to trade. Choose the symbol first, then load the time frame in which you want to trade that study. Okay, because the study time frame is very important. Suppose the alert creation depends on the timeline, the symbol and the timeline that you've selected. Suppose you selected say 1 minute and you actually wanted to trade in 15 minutes. The order will not get triggered even if the chart is of 15 minute is open because the alert created was in 1 minute. Um, it will take the trace for alerts created based on the timeline and the symbol. So it's important that you take care of these things first. First, always load the symbol, then look at the time frame, then load the strategy, and based on the strategy, you would have selected the necessary rule in Algomojo also. You create an alert. So for an example thing like super trend, I'll show you. This has got a different kind of alert creation box. All you have to do is after loading this, go here, click on this and say add alert and super trend. As you can see here, there are only two things to be updated. One is message box and the other one is notification. Webhook URL. That's it. For strategies, when you get a pop-up like this, you can clearly make out whether it is a strategy or an indicator. We have come across many situations where there are studies like super trend, which are actually an indicator. It is not working as a strategy as such. So then you have to create, if you're getting more than the fields that you're looking at now, then you have to fill up the crossing up and crossing down the trigger and the conditions, those factors, and then update the message box content based on what is relevant for the indicator and not for the strategy. So if it is strategy, then it will ask only for message box. Of course, name is mandatory in either of the cases. So go to Algomojo, go to strategy and copy this content. This has got something called an action which has got strategy.order.action. Your strategy will throw up the action of what needs to be done. Action pertains to either buy or a sell. So the code will give either a buy or a sell, and we will be able to, and sorry, TradingView will pick up that buy or sell action and send it to us. And we will act according to what has been sent. So for strategies, you just need to create only one alert. For indicators or price-based things, you will need to create two alerts, one for entry and the other one is for exit as such. As simple as that. It could be any strategy. It could be you may be able to see the code. You may not be able to see the code. There are hundreds and hundreds of studies available in TradingView. Whichever you're comfortable with, you want to trade. Just check if you are able to create an alert, and if it is able to trigger an alert, you will be able to automate it. As simple as that. So even before taking up subscription of TradingView or subscription of Algomojo, check whether the strategy that you want to run is profitable for you and it is able to generate buy sell signals for you, alerts for you. If you are able to generate buy or sell alerts, create alerts and generate alerts in TradingView, then take the subscription of TradingView and Algomojo as such, and then continue with your trading. Of course, you need to do a back test and check whether it is profitable, meeting all your requirements in terms of risk management and capital management and various other factors that you do for analysis. Based on that, you take the subscription and you can start trading. if you have to combine multiple indicators, then you have to get that coded separately in Pine script. Say, for example, you want to use, for example, you want to use RSI and MACD as such. You want to, or it could be, yeah, you want to take a long entry if the MACD is above zero. Okay. And RSI is crossing, say, 70, 60 or 50, whatever is your condition. Then you have to combine these two conditions and then create a code for it to trigger the buy or sell orders. So that will be a separate code that needs to be written in PanScript. If you're good in programming, you can do that. Or if you want our assistance in coding them, you will need to send your entire requirement as to what are the conditions to be met for entry and exit. We can check for the feasibility and come back to you with a costing, and then it will be a one-time cost for code generation. That will be your property. You can use that for automation, and you can use that for your trading purposes. Sir, that price shifting, you will need to do it. Either you can, if you want it to be shifted automatically, then you have to get it coded. Otherwise, you can do it manually like this. Yeah. As I was saying, the various types of rules that we have. Why is that important? Let me tell you once again. Hope the screen is visible. Yeah, clear. See, there the various types of rules that we have in a platform are like, make this editable. You have long only, short only, long plus short, buy, sell, short cover, stop and reversal. Now, when do we use which tool? Okay. Uh, Suppose you are a trader and you going by what is happening in the market is trending every day lower. You want to take only short trades, for example, and not to take any long entries to till the market turns bullish kind of thing, or finish its correction. Then till then you want to take only short trades. If you choose short only here, okay, and update the strategy that you have created here, and whenever say for say let us look at this situation which was on 26th November. It gave a buy signal here. When this buy signal came to Algomojo, it will be ignored because we have taken only short, or you would like to, you define that you want to take only trade only short trades and not the long trades. So here what happens is the strategy would trigger a buy, a long entry. Our system will ignore it and no trade will be taken. And for example, if it is here, there is a sell triggered, what will happen is the sell signal will be sent to Algomojo and we will take a short position here. And here what happens is buy has come. So this short position which was taken will get closed and no long position will be taken. Okay. And again, you get a sell position signal here. Here we will go and take a short position for you and close that short position for you here when the buy comes. So that is how short only would work. And if it is a long only, then it will take only the long portions. Say it will take the long entry here and it will close the position. And again, it will take a long position here when we get a buy and it will close the long position here and no short is taken. So because you have chosen long only. So long only and short only will depending on what you have selected, it will trigger the orders. If it is long only long will be taken. If it is short only short positions will be taken. If it is long only CEs will be taken. No PE will be taken. If it is short only PEs will be taken and closed, not the vice versa. Now, if you are a trader, you would like to trade both. Then for super trend kind of strategy, which is always long or short, so use the stop and reversal kind of rule. So here it will take a CE. It will close when the sell comes, and it will close the CE and take a PE. And here when the buy comes, it will close the PE and take a CE. So it will keep alternating between CE and PE. So it is always in trade, stop and reverse. Now, if you have a strategy which has got, say, target, say, you say that, okay, 1% target or 0.5% kind of stop loss, what will happen here is it will give a buy. For example, your target is met here, then the position should not be reversed. If you have taken a CE, the CE should get closed and no trade should happen till the next signal comes. So when the next signal comes here as a sell, only PE will be taken and that PE will be closed here. So for those kind of requirements, use the rule called long play short. Yeah. Long play short, buy step. So it will take the long position and close it. It will take this. If we're taking a short position, it will close that. That is how it will work. So the cost for doing coding depends on the requirement. I wouldn't like to comment on what will be the cost without looking at a requirement as such. Once we are aware of what is that you're looking at in terms of coding, how much time it will take, whether it is feasible or not, depending on the effort, we will be able to tell you the pricing. However, give an indication, it could be anywhere between 10, 15K. It can go on up to, we've seen 60, 70,000, a lakh, depending on the complexities as such. The price would vary. These are one-time cost as such. Okay. Now, somebody would like to know what is the strategy with symbol. Okay. Now, for example, a strategy like Super Trend, you want to run it on, say, 5 scripts, and we should execute for whenever the order is triggered for 5 scripts. For example, let me take the first example as, say, Reliance. The second one would be HDFC. Third one could be say Yes Bank or whatever. So you have, say, 5 scripts, but you're running one strategy. Okay. Uh, and you are running a intraday kind of strategy, or it could be anything, intraday, carry forward, any of those things. Carry forward, only thing is you will not be able to take a short position. So the rule to be used will be only long only. And long plus short will not work for carry forward. It will not short. The long only has to be selected. So when you're creating, when you want to trade multiple stocks, what you need to do is in the alert creation, you will need to specify what is the chart for which the long or short is coming. So when you create this alert by going here and say clicking on this and say add alert, in the message box, we will need to tell which is the symbol which is coming from here. Now, the provision for that is to be indicated here. Now, the way to do that is, for example, I take it as buy only, update this. I've taken it as futures, okay. And here, when I'm creating a watch list, what I'll do is I will create a watch list. I'll need to give a chart symbol. Or if you are using TradingView to send your signals, use chart symbol in a very, very brief manner. I would say keep it as a running number, something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5 stocks. The reason is why I'll tell you. Say 1 represents Reliance. Okay. I say Reliance, I want to trade 5 lots of Reliance. Okay. Then I say this. Then 2, I will keep it as HDFC. Then I want to trade in, say, 10 lots. 3, I will say, say, say ABB. I'll keep it as 2 lots. Okay. So that way you can keep adding any number of stocks. Okay. Important thing to note is the chart symbol for trading view. Now, if it is a charting or an Amibroker, the chart symbol has to be what is sent from your Amibroker or charting. Now, if charting is going to send a uh, uh, symbol as Reliance, then you type Reliance here, the full name. Or if it is going to be ABB, make this as ABB, or let me take some more example. Yes, Bank. Here is huge. Sorry, yes, Bank. In this thing, it is not there as a future testing. I'll say idea. Say one lot. Okay. Now, idea, the chart symbol, which is going to come from either Amibroker or charting is this in this format. Okay. Whereas when we are using trading view, I would suggest keep it as a simple name as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or ABCD, whatever. The reason being that we will need to define in the charting, in the trading view, what is the symbol that has to come from there. For example, for Reliance, we are trying to set up. I have to set trigger send from uh, trading view what is the symbol that is going to that has to be executed. So the thing that I'll be able to send, we can type the entire name also. The difficulty of doing that, I'll just show it to you why that a simple numbering scheme is done. Like for entering for super trend to trade in multiple stocks. When we want to send a symbol as Reliance or HDFC or ABB, we have to send it along with the symbol name. So use this code which is available here, copy this, then go to trading view and paste it here. And when you're pasting it here, you have to mention the symbol name. Now, they replace this sticker, that flower bracket, whatever is there, with the name of the symbol. Now, you have to enter something like a Reliance. By mistake, say either you can do it um, like this, or you can say that, okay, one. One, we have mapped it to Reliance. So when we create, given a symbol as one, when the long or short is triggered from this place, the details that come to Algomojo is that the symbol to be traded is number one and the action is buy. So when it comes here, we know that we will look at what is the chart symbol which has come, uh, which we have defined here. One pertains to Reliance and we have to trade in futures and the number of lots to be traded is 5. That is how we will execute. So we will read the chart symbol sent from here. If you're sending the full name, it is fine. You will need to update that full name here also. If we keep it as simple as say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of thing, and it becomes easier to update here. It doesn't matter if you want to put the full name also. Suppose you are given idea, you have to type here it as idea. If you open the idea chart and then here type it as idea. To make the process simple for trading you, I would recommend that use a running number kind of thing. It becomes easier to update in the charts. When you're creating, say, 15, 20, 30, 40 kind of symbols, every time, if even if you miss out, put in one additional space or delete one of the flower brackets, the thing will go for a toss. So try and keep it as simple as that, as ABCD kind of thing, or 1, 2, 3, whatever is comfortable for you. Keep it as simple as possible, but it is flexible. You whatever you have mapped it here, like chart symbol, update that symbol here. So when TradingView is sending that information, we will read that and accordingly place orders for you. Yeah. See, whether it is positional trade or intraday, you can use the platform for any both these types. So, if it is a positional trade, we would define it here itself. If you go to my strategies when we are creating this, uh, here we are order type, we are saying either normal or MIS. If you have selected equity, then it will show it as CNC as such or MIS. So if you say normal, our system will remember that it's a positional order and it will carry forward for as long as your strategy is running. It will carry forward the trade for you. Hope I answered all the queries so far that have been raised. In case if there are any queries, kindly let me know. So suppose if it is a carry forward, you've taken a long position today and a short position comes, or you want the signal has come to close the existing position as a sell after say 5 days. Whenever it comes, it could be any number of days. We will, as long as that contract is running, we will, and the position is open, we'll close that position for you. So it can be SNO, it can be, I've seen a lot of people use it for equity also, which are running for uh, weeks and months together, long um, for positional trades. It works. Yeah. Mm. Now, the option dynamics. Yeah, it's a good question. Let me try and create a new strategy. In the new strategy, say say BN options. Okay. Let's see. Here, rule could be anything depending on how you're running the strategy. Here in the segments, I will choose it as dynamic options. When we select dynamic options, you will have next step is to select the instrument. You can trade in options only in 4 categories, either Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, or Sensex. Stock options or commodity options are not available as of now. So if you say Nifty option, or say, for example, in this case, Bank Nifty options, it'll ask you what is the expiry you want to trade, whether second week, current month, next month, monthly, any of these things. Say if you say current month, it will show you the date also of the expiry. If it is week, then it will show you that week's expiry, the next week's expiry. Okay. And if you say ATM or ITM or whatever, say if it is ATM, or say if you want to do trade in ITM, say 5, select that from the drop down. And if you want to buy an option or sell an option or hedge buy, hedge sell, you can select it from this drop down. Then whether it is MIS or NRML portional is what you need to select. Price type is always market. A market limit orders are not yet available in our platform. So kindly wait for those details and update the quantity that you want to trade. If it is more than the freeze quantity, it will automatically show you the freeze quantity and the order splitting will happen. If you want to roll over, you can say that next expiry, I wanted to roll it. So if you have taken 13th, the next expiry is 27. And on rollover date, what is the strike that you want me to consider? Because you have taken ITM 5 and your ITM 5 would have moved to say ITM 10 by that time, and you would not like to take ITM 10, but you would like to take ITM 5 again. So close that ITM 5 which you had taken earlier, say by taking ITM 5 again, you can select that. And chart symbol, leave it blank. Target and stop loss, if you want to set them, either in percentage or points, you can set those. Okay. Uh, Currently, it is only fixed target and stop loss, not multiple target or trailing stop loss. So select those, and if you're selected, say percentage, give a value of what percentage. If it's stop loss, how many points you want to keep the stop loss points. Okay. And if you want to, what is the start time? Default to 9:15. Suppose you want to take trades only after 11 o'clock, you can change the start time. End time is when you want these signals not to be placed. Say a lot of people say that I don't want to take any trades after 2:30 for whatever reason of their based on their studies. You can say that okay, after 2:30, if there are any new signals coming from my charting tool, ignore them. So you can set that as a time here. It is end time for receiving signals for processing. It is not the square of time. So end time is for that, and square of time and expiry square of time you will need to update. Otherwise, default whatever is applicable by your broker, that time will be taken and the positions will get squared off. That is how you do the setup for options as such. And since you have selected options as dynamic, uh, whenever your signal comes to this is triggered from your charting tool, it'll we will look at what is the spot price at that point in time when the signal was received, and as per the spot price, what are the ITM5 which you want to trade, and place orders on that ITM5 or ATM or OTM, whatever you have selected here. So dynamically, you will be able to select the strike price that you want to trade by setting it up in Algomojo. That's how you do it. But the rest of the process of setting it up is the same, either in TradingView or any other charting platform. It is only the definition of what you want to trade, which you need to update here. This is a one-time activity, and most of the things you would be familiar because this is what you do for taking any trade. So you update those parameters. Now, if you feel that, okay, every time you want, suppose you are a trader who would do it on based on certain studies, you're not referring to TradingView or anything. Every time you want to take a trade on ITM5, uh, the system can be still suitable for you. What you need to do is all you need to do is create whatever you want to trade and save that, submit that. Sorry, target put the I'll keep it as zero point 0.5. Stop loss value, I'll keep it as say 25. Expiry time, since I'd given expiry time, it's asking for expiry time. Be careful, expiry time. If you set it as 3 o'clock, it'll think that it is midnight 3 o'clock, and your trades will not go through properly. Okay. So once you've created this template, you can still do a manual trade. Whenever you want to place an order, you come here and say generate signal buy. The system will buy that trade for you, as you can see here for BN options. I've triggered an order manually or signal has been generated, and this position has been taken. And if you want to close the position, do it from here itself. You say square off, the system will square off. Now next you would like to take say sell position or a short position, you go and do a sell. It'll take the PE for you. So you need not have to keep worrying about what is that ATM5 or ATM the money or OTM at that point in time. You need not have to calculate all those things. The system is readily available for you to place even manual orders. So as you can see, at a click of a button, the ITM5 PE has been taken. So that way, if you're a discretionary trader and you like to take trades based on your studies, not referring to any platform or any of other kind of charting tools, you can still use our platform. It'll be handy for you to do these kind of things. Yeah, that is what we just saw in this strategy with symbol. That's what we were looking at here. Strategy with symbol. This is the code that you have to copy and paste it in the like we were discussing Reliance, if it is ABB, then Idea. So use that code here in your TradingView platform as the message box content and update the ticker as 1, 2, or Idea or whatever you want your chart pertaining to your charting for which you're creating the alert as such in your charting tool. Hope these are clear. If you have any queries, do let me know. Otherwise, coming to our next one presentation, we have a strategy store. This is for people uh, who want to use. This is not a recommendation of any sort. On popular demand, certain strategies were wanted to be uploaded in our system. So we have three strategies: super trend, alpha trend, and half trend available for anybody to use it. And uh, you can trade in Nifty and Bank Nifty, and time frame you can select 1 minute, 5 minute, or 15 minutes. These are default for ATM and positional trades. you can do a live trade or paper trade. Advantage is that you need not have to look at do any setup in TradingView or this thing, Amibroker or any place. This system will run it in the background for you as such. However, it is not a recommended kind of strategies from Algomojo. These are popular strategies. We've just posted it here for what is suitable, profitable, risk-free kind of thing. You will need to do a in-depth study about these strategies and accordingly take a call to trade or not. And a brief about support structure that we have. Our teams are available from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. On Saturdays also, we extend support from 10 to 5. You can contact us on WhatsApp. This is our WhatsApp number. Or you can call our office, or you can raise a ticket. We would revert with any queries that you would have, any clarifications that you would need. Or you can send an email to algomojo.com, support@algomojo.com. In case you have any queries, do raise it. I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah. My name is Lokesh. In case you want any further information on anything that we just spoke, you can send me an email, call me in the office. Our support team will be able to handle it. In case if any escalation is required, they'll bring it to my notice. We'll be happy to clarify and help you out in your trading journey. Yeah, sorry, let me try and clarify that. Now, if you're running a strategy on one symbol, say for example, you're trading only in Reliance, or it could be Nifty, or it could be Bank Nifty, you're trading only one instrument, then what you can do is, for example, if you want to trade in, say, Reliance, you have to come and create an alert in TradingView for Reliance and create an strategy for trading in Reliance separately. For example, let me create a new strategy. For example, I'll give this a name as Reliance. And here I will say stop and reverse, and segment I will say is futures, and I'll say Reliance. Reliance futures is what I want to trade. I want to trade in one lot. Okay. Now these are the basic parameters that we need to set, and we do a save the strategy. In TradingView, then if you're trading in only one symbol, okay, then you need to use this code and paste it here. When you're creating an alert, go here and paste that here and create an alert for Reliance. Update the webhook URL and then say create. So your strategy that you create will be listed here. For example, Reliance has come here. Now, if you're trading in only one script on one strategy, then this is the code to be used. This is the code to be used. Now, if you're trading in multiple stocks on one strategy, for example, you want to use super trend for multiple stocks, then you have to create for each stock separate alert. Instead of creating one strategy and putting it on every day, you create one strategy in Algomojo, say for give the name as 5 stocks or whatever it is, and add all those stocks in the watch list here, and give the chart symbol and trading name, trading symbol, and what quantity you want to trade, and go to TradingView and then update the add an alert here. And while adding an alert, instead of using strategy as the code, you will need to use the code of strategy with symbol. You will need to use this and update the sticker also. Come here and this here. And if you're creating for Reliance, put that as Reliance. And if you're creating for ABB, create that as ABB. If it is idea, put the symbol as idea. So super trend, whenever it gives buy sell for each of these signals, those symbols will be executed in a platform. Is that what your query, sir, was? Am I clear in my explanation? Or if there's something else, let me know. Let me try and answer that, clarify that doubt. Okay, okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks once again. My name is Lokesh again. Uh, have a good weekend, and um, do reach us out in case if you need any further assistance or information about our platform or usage of our platform. We'll be happy to assist you. Thank you so much.